very high frequency and is an important component of marine mobile radio service, which is used for sending a distress message by seamen. Marine VHF radios are two-way communicators that transfer and receive messages to and from the responding station. It has a VHF antenna which transmits high-frequency waves, measured in megahertz. VHF radio can range up to 30 nautical miles if the antenna is high enough. However, the most critical function of a marine VHF radio is that it is beneficial when sending distress signals across the channels to coast guards and other ships and boats in the periphery. Also, specific marine VHF radios can be used to make calls through a marine operator for a certain sum, making it double up as a telephonic communicator. All types of radio transmitters, including marine VHF radios, require licenses, and there will be an authority making recommendations for, and granting licenses. The international GMDSS regulations provide for 3 methods to ensure that radio equipment is functionally capable of providing communications. The 3 methods approved for GMDSS ships are shore-based maintenance, at-sea maintenance, and duplication of equipment. Marine VHF radios come in 2 main categories, portable and non-portable. Some also have an inbuilt GPS receiver and an AIS receiver too. A handheld VHF radio has waterproof coverings and is battery-operated to facilitate power transmission. So even if they fall into the water, they can float and still function. The fixed or the non-portable VHF marine radios cover a lot of aerial ground. Their power transmission and energy source are enormous compared to their portable counterparts and are far more feasible regarding their operational facilities. Fixed radios also offer the digital selective calling or DSC feature, which sends your location to the nearest coast guard with the push of one button. However, for this function, the radio should have its internal GPS receiver or be connected to another GPS on a boat. Most of the frequencies on your VHF are duplex. That means they receive and transmit on different frequencies even though they are on the same channel. This means that even if you are standing next to another radio, they can't hear your direct transmission if you are on a duplex channel, because you are transmitting on frequency A while they are receiving on frequency B. This is where repeaters come in. Repeating stations do more than just boost a signal and send it on. They receive your frequency A and retransmit your signal on frequency B. In half-duplex transceivers, it means the key has to be pressed to enable the transmission of your own communication, and the key must be released in order to be able to listen to the voice of the other party. It is essential to release the push-to-talk or PTT key as soon as our communication has been sent, otherwise we will not be able to receive the communication of the responder. The height of the antenna plays a crucial role in determining the range of the signal. VHF waves travel in what is known as the line of sight, and the higher the antenna, the farther it can see over the horizon. With this in mind, it is essential to consider the boat and its communication needs when selecting an antenna length. Marine VHF radios come equipped with a choice of transmitter power, 1 watt for very close communication of approximately 1 mile or less, or 25 watts for extended communication, up to approximately 25 miles. All of this is done usually with the push of a button. The switch to turn the VHF on and off is often combined with the volume control as a rotary knob. The channel selector will either be a rotary knob or a pair of buttons marked up and down. The channel selector allows the user to change the channel manually. Pressing the scan button will start the radio scanning through all channels, or the channels you have preset. When the radio detects a transmission, it will stop on that channel to allow user to listen. Tri-Watch is a feature generally found on portable or fixed marine VHFs and is used to simultaneously monitor channel 16 plus other channels of your choice. The marine VHF monitors the selected channels in rapid succession and selects the channel where there is an active transmission at that time. The Dual Watch monitors channel 16 plus 1 of your choice, the Tri-Watch channel 16 plus 2 of your choice. The squelch control is arguably the most important of any on a VHF radio. In scientific terms, it acts as a noise gate to cut the ever-present background radio noise generated by atmospheric activity and man-made sources. With the squelch fully off, which is usually fully anti-clockwise on a rotary knob or 0 or 1 on a display, you'll hear the constant hiss and crackle of all of that radio activity. If you left the set like that for any length of time, you'd soon be tempted to turn the volume down or even switch the radio off. The squelch function allows you to filter out this constant white noise. To activate, start with the squelch control at its lowest setting, then turn it up until the point where the noise has just disappeared. The set should be silent except for broadcasts that are stronger than the background radio activity, enabling you to hear those transmissions much more easily. For the correct squelch setting, turn your VHF radio on, and turn the volume up. Turn squelch all the way down until you hear static noise, turn squelch back up until the point static noise stops, then leave at this setting. This is usually 2 or 3. Having the squelch open, that is towards 10, you will lose signal and useful radio transmissions that you need to hear. VHF communication range depends mainly on the height of the antennas of the transmitting and receiving stations. By using VHF marine repeater stations, the range of ship-to-ship, ship-to-shore, and shore-to-ship communications can be significantly increased. VHF marine repeaters are unmanned shore installations usually located at geographically high points. They are designed to transmit and receive simultaneously and will retransmit or repeat all signals received. Retransmitted signals can be received by any station listening on the repeater channel. Limited coast stations operated by marine rescue organizations routinely monitor VHF repeater channels operating in their area. Not all coastal areas are served by VHF marine repeaters.